Welcome everyone to another botting tutorial. Today I'm going to go over how to set up Yeezy supply on SoleAIO. Now SoleAIO is one of my favorite bots. I purchased this bot back in 2019 when lifetime was around 500 bucks. I was able to grab it for so cheap because during that time SoleAIO was struggling and they faced some challenges, but that's with any bot. Every bot will have their ups and downs. So anyways, I invested about 500 bucks and it was the best investment I've made. Tremendous success across Shopify, YS, Finish Line, JD, Hibbit. At one point, Hibbit was being dominated by SoleAIO. So yeah, it's truly an AIO. Alright, enough yapping. Let's jump right into the Yeezy supply setup. Yeezy supply was always a challenge for me. I always struggled getting checkouts. I used to wonder why I can always pass the splash but never get any checkouts. So I did a little bit of research, a little bit of digging, and it came down to two things: good proxies and a lot of tasks. With YS, you want good residential proxies, and also if you have some ISP proxies, mix them in there. And next thing you want to do is create as many tasks as your computer can handle. I tried this on the last drop and it definitely helped. I used to only run about 50 tasks and I was never getting any checkouts. Just a bunch of tasks that would pass the splash, but that was it. So after creating 200 tasks on the Yeezy 450, I was able to cop a limited release. So definitely create as many tasks as your computer can handle. Whether that's 100, 150, 200, 300, the more the better. Let's go ahead and create a new task group. For a name, you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Yeezy 700. Go ahead and select Yeezy supply from the drop down and create your group. You should now see the group created on the left navigation, and we're ready to start creating some tasks. Go ahead and click Task Creator up top, and for product ID, your cook group should provide this information for you, or you can go to Yeezy Supply website and grab it, copy it, and paste it into product ID. Now for size, you can select individual size. So if you want 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, so on, or you can select random. Now for mode, you want to select splash. And then for proxy list, go ahead and select the proxies you will be using. I recommend to use residentials and use some ISP providers if you have some. And then for billing profile, make sure you have enough profiles because Yeezy Supply allows you to check out up to 3 times per card if I'm not mistaken. So make sure you have enough. We don't use schedule for Yeezy Supply. We start when the sale is live. The last part we have is quantity. So, depending on how many proxies you have. So for instance, I have 25 cookie ISP proxies. So I want to create 25 tasks. And you want to divide that, based on how many profiles you have. So if you have 5 profiles, that's 5 tasks per profile. For this example, I will say I only have 1 profile, so I will create 25 tasks. Now, let's say you have other proxy lists that you want to use. So select that and create 25 more tasks. And now we have 50. And both of those proxy lists I've used were ISP, so now we'll use residential. Residential proxies, you can generate a lot of proxies. So generate, 250, 300, however much. I'm gonna go ahead and create 50 tasks. Now switch over to one of my other residential provider and create 50 more. And we should have 150 tasks right now. I'm aiming for 200, so I'm gonna create a little bit more. And we have 200. After you're done creating your tasks, you want to set up your capture harvester. I already have one created, but I'm going to show you how to. So for solver type, you want to select Chrome v3 solver. For a solver proxy, I normally run local on YS, so I will not put in a proxy. Go ahead and select your site. You can toggle this on if you want the harvester to pop up every time you launch SoleAIO. Here is where you can log into a Gmail. Make sure it is a good Gmail. A score of 0.7 or greater is required to pass the splash, but 0.9 is what you want to be able to pass the splash as quickly as possible. Now that you've logged in, you can close out and you can open up the Chrome v3 solver. You want to keep this solver open at all times during the drop. One thing you can also do before the drop, maybe an hour before, is watch some YouTube. So open up a new tab, go to YouTube and just browse some videos, let it play, and this will help you generate some activities, and it can also help you pass the splash even faster. Once the waiting room is live on Yeezy Supply, you want to go ahead and just close out. And now you just wait until the sale is live. Once the sale is live, you want to start your task and cook. One thing I also want to point out is if you get any errors once you pass the splash on one of your tasks, you can try to open up the Chrome browser by right-clicking it, but don't be surprised if you get a session expired. This normally happens when your task is trying to generate a cookie, but your proxy is blocked. So it's no biggie, perfectly normal. This is why I recommend you create as many tasks as your computer can handle. This way at least a few of them will go through. That wraps up the video. I hope this video helped you in some way. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys cook. Later.